action on 16 Alive. Shout out to him. And just to give you, for those of you that have not been on here before, I'm gonna give you a quick synopsis, quick little summary. Somebody went on Gunners and Dubs live and said, "Hey, 16 Alive just dropped a video on you," and these cats are so paranoid, so fucking the guilty conscience, that they started disrespecting him off the top, exposing private conversations that they had with them and everything without even knowing. I mean, the crazy part is that these dudes pretend to be like very precise political individuals, whatnot, and intelligent, all that, what have you. And they didn't even give him the benefit of the doubt. And wait, like if anybody, like I've done it on my channel when somebody says on here, because I know the comments try to steer shit up, but this comment wasn't even trying to steer shit up. He just said a fact. Hey, guys, 16 Alive just dropped the video on Dubs. Cool. That's all he said. He didn't say 16 Alive was talking shit. He didn't say that, oh, that fool, I can't believe it. He didn't say none of that. He just literally said that, hey, that dude just dropped a video on him. And instead of them all high power, like they try to be all eloquent, articulate, and all that, etc. Instead of, like I said, giving them the benefit of the doubt, because they own that, because they have each other's numbers and that dude's a good dude, they try to apologize the next day and all that. No, bro, if you really felt that way, then you should have known this dude's character. I literally said it right on my live. Right when I was watching, I was like, no, bro, hell no. That dude did not disrespect. If he dropped the video on you, I know 16 Alive. I know chill, bro. I know that that's not how he gets down. And this reaction that I'm about to do right now is literally the epitome of the character that 16 Alive embodies, portrays, and puts out there on his channel. And I have a lot of respect for the cat, period. And you guys are going to see what he said, how he responded with humility, respect, and especially with respect. So here we go. I'm gonna play all of it. I'm gonna play his intro song and everything.
90% of dudes rapping, they ain't nice as me. 98% they live the same type of life as me. The judge gave me life and then they sit me with a life as be that level over depth and life, the type of stuff they like to see. 2 choices, fight or flee. I refuse to die a chump. I never been a mark, but damn, it's scary when that riot jump. I seen dudes cry, get pumped, and some sexually brutalized. Knew a dude who lost his life and he was only doing fine. Year-long racial fights when homie all you do is ride. Lonely days and nights have been the whole cause and suicide. From the moment you arrive, you see the Mexican mafia, AB skinheads with big giant swastikas, pro-black philosophers, the BGF, the Kumi, and Muslims who will murk you from the nation to the Sunni. That MS was loony, quick to ride up on their Bible. Even Christians went to church, hide knives up in their Bible. Political and tribal, the Crips and Don moves, the Long Beach, the Hubs and the Dubs and the Grooves, the IE, the Bakersfield, the Dago Pie rules, the Hustlers quick to roll, the gangsters gon' move, whatever click you choose.
Yes.
Say what's cracking, YouTube? It's your boy 16 to Life, and I'm back like I'm on a parole violation. God damn! Now, for those of y'all that's new to my page, in 1994, I got arrested. I was eventually sentenced to 16 years plus life, and I served 24 years straight in the California prison system. Yeah, that's me gassing right there on that intro.
Gas.
And if you want to get that song, it's available only on a 10-song EP purchased directly from me on digital download. So you can cash out, PayPal, or Zelle me $20, and I'll shoot it to you ASAP. Now, let's hop right up into this video.
ASAP Rocky.
So yeah, you see what it is. I don't quite know what I'm gonna title this, man. Dubs diss me or something like that. Dubs diss me, then gave me a phone call. And yeah, man. So let's hop right up into this video, right? So like I was saying, so I guess last night at some point in time, Dubs and Gunner was on live, right? somebody told him that Chill had just dropped a video on Dubs, I guess, you know, and actually I had seen a start of when they went live. You know, I happened to be scrolling through YouTube and I seen them on there. I didn't say too much of nothing, but at the start of the video, I see that Gunner has some type of new Corona type drink, fruit with lime or something, and he swigs and said, "Oh man, this tastes good." And then Dub said, "Okay, you know what? I'm gonna stick to what I normally drink." And he drinks a little bit. So I guess during the course of this live, they're drinking, right? I continue scrolling, doing what I'm doing, right? I end up putting out a video, and it was titled "I'm on the fence about Dubs." So go watch the video. By no means is the video
respectful video,
whatever, right?
Respectful video.
Get down. Later on in the course of them being live, someone tells them, "Hey man, Chill does a video about you." And so let me show you guys how they reacted.
And they said that 16 to Life just dropped a video on me. I'm gonna go look.
Come on, Chill. You got my number, bro.
16 to Life, if you drop the video on me, you're a pussy, eh?
16 to Life.
Gunner, you were on the phone with me and him.
I was, bro. I was. That was a whole lot of hell yeah.
Cheerleader.
Yeah.
It's cheerleader.
Look, when I let him know what it really was, what do you have to say?
Hey, you got to protect your girl. You got to protect your girl. That's what Gunner's doing.
I'll tell you this.
How about those?
If you do
sold out, he sold his soul.
15 years plus at CMC.
That Vato was never in a 16 to Life was never in no real fucking prison.
Listen.
If you talk about me.
Wow.
I'm gonna go look.
I'll tell you right now, as a norteño, if we stood 5 minutes in CMC, we better not come back.
5 minutes? Are you serious? 5 minutes?
I'm gonna tell you that right. And that was the northern.
Hey, that Vato better not have made a video about me. I'll roast his fucking stupid ass.
We're not gonna just take
Stupider than the ass.
Man, he's always been very considerate and respectful on the phone.
Especially when I was on the phone with him.
So really pretty much trying to say like he's been respectful and considerate on the phone because he's scared of them or something. Especially when I was a fucking man.
I'm gonna say that. That's 100% true. He has my number.
Gunner was on the.
That's just crazy.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you guys want to hear a funny truth? This is real. Let me give you this in the game.
Of course it is.
The day before I talked to Chill, he called me. Someone asked me, "Hey, can I get Chill your number? He wants to tap in." 100%. He said, "Hey, what's up?" He gave me the whole rundown. I said, "Hey, let's call Dubs right now." "Oh, nah, bro. I'm on my way to a birthday party. I got shit to do. Whoop-de-whoop." Right? So I said, "All right, bro. Cool." Next, I called Dubs, told him the whole get down. Dubs like, "Fuck that, bro. I want to talk to that dude." I said, "I'll make it happen." He called. I told him, "Hey, call me." The next day, he calls me. I had already Dubs on the phone, on the line. All right? So he called me. I'm like, "Hey," he's talking this, that. I said, "I got Dubs on the line right now." He's like, "Oh, bro, I'm on my way. Fuck all that. Go ahead, Dubs. Say what you got to say." Then they got to talking. It ended up good. I'll say that. It ended up respectful and good. But man, Dubs was not like you see him now. He was like,
I was on it.
I'm gonna tell you guys the truth, man.
I was on
it, man.
Wow.
Thank you, Salas. We're gonna get out of here, bro. I'm gonna play that song for you, bro.
So yeah, y'all see that, man. They just went in, you know what I'm saying? They just go to disrespecting your boy, getting at me all foul, so on and so forth, right? And so honestly, man, they definitely should have done their due diligence before being disrespectful, just taking that route, you know what I'm saying? So of course, dudes hit me up, "Hey, Chill, man, Dubs and them are disrespecting you." So I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all, man. I was ready to go in, you know what I'm saying? Because I definitely feel they misrepresented the nature of that phone call. How we even got to that point is this: Dubs made a video in which he basically reacted to a black dude who had done federal time, saying that blacks were afraid of Mexicans, right? So I didn't then, and I don't see now why Dubs did that video, right? To me, I didn't understand the nature of Dubs making that video. And so I made a respond video, of course, in my usual way, nothing disrespectful. I just disagreed with what Dubs had to say in the video. Now, after I made my responding video, it appeared to me at least that Dubs seemed to get upset that I would even respond and disagree with him. But I'm 100% sure if I happen to make a video and put out an allegation about the Southsiders that Dubs disagreed with, he would make a video responding to whatever I said. So
and literally what he just said was like, I'm gonna give it due diligence. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt type shit, because especially if he has a relationship with them, or at least they have their number and whatnot, and they've spoken before. It's like, and what he's alluding to is that they had a disagreement way before this, so that's why they had each other's numbers and whatnot. And the crazy part to me is that Gunner always feels the need, bro, to be in the middle, recording the conversation. That is his MO. You know, that's Gunner's MO. He could have very easily been like, okay, you want to talk to Dubs? All right, cool. Here's his number. Hit him up directly. But no, this fucking chismoso, this fucking comadre wants to be in the middle of everything. And I know that because he's been on three ways with me, with Sin City and everything. And is this dude literally always wants to be in the middle? That way he could record shit and make content out of it when the time is right. That's a sort of straight snake shit, you know? But this type of dude, 16 Alive, is a stand-up individual that doesn't think about that shit, you know? Like I told you when I was on that live with them two dudes, that's a conversation I should have recorded, but I don't think like that. It's fucking crazy, man.
Well, I definitely seen no harm in me making that video, right? Shortly thereafter, for whatever reason, Gunner felt the need to come to Dubs' aid and insert himself into what we had going on by making him a video.
None of his business.
Cool, no problem. You know, it goes with the territory.
Captain Saberho.
In the course of this video, in the course of this video, though, Gunner happens to mention that I did some time at CMC. Once again, fine, no problem, right? The Southerners have a policy that CMC is off limits and no good for those who function as a Southerner, right? That's their politics.
Exactly.
And as I mentioned in a prior video, around 2015 or 16 or whatever it was, when they started releasing people from the Pelican Bay shoe, someone hit that yard who obviously had a lot of juice, and he suddenly declared that yard good for Southerners, Southsiders, so on and so forth. And then they started pouring in. So the point that I'm trying to make is no convict has the authority to deem a yard SNY or good in terms of as it relates to the California Department of Corrections administration. So I'm saying all that just to point out that the Southern politics apply to the Southerners. They don't apply to the blacks.
Exactly.
To me, it almost seems like
I got the little fucking thing, boom, 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 gunshots. I'm gonna connect it. I've had that shit for 3 years. I've never felt the need to use it, but I'm gonna start using that shit. That's worthy of gunshots right there. That part. Just because the norteños and the sureños have a policy that you can't be on CMC East doesn't mean that the blacks follow. One thing about the blacks is that they're rebellious, bro. And I respect that. They're like, man, you're going to be fucked up if you think you're going to dictate our program. You know what I'm saying? Like, they could be wherever the fuck they want to be. Period. They never adhere to sureño, norteño, or white politics. Period. They run their own program and they back it up with their own military tactics. Trust me, I've been in riots with them cats. I've been on yards with them cats. And them in blacks, know what the business, bro.
If the yard was no good for a certain amount of time until that one individual got there, what made it bad to begin with? But that's just me. So after Gunner put his 2 cents in the matter, I just gave him a call and said, hey, Gunner, you know, it's all good. I don't have a problem with you making videos. It is what it is. When you want to go to making allegations or insinuations, or if it seems that you're trying to imply I'm doing time on bad yards, there are definitely doors that can be opened in relation to you and Dubs according to the allegations. So I basically just let him know, you know, if those are the doors you want to open, well, let's open those doors. And then he goes on to say that he
it's only right.
And Dubs should talk. Well, I told him then, I said, hey, man, I already have Dubs' number. You know, a couple of times Gunner has told stories in relation to me and his memory is extremely less than accurate. I had Dubs' number for about 3 years. There was a time when Dubs had reached out to me. It was around Christmas, and he said, "Hey, Chill, basically, man, I'm getting at different dudes who I know that do YouTube, and if you want to make a quick, like a Merry Christmas type video and send it to me, I'm gonna include it in a video that I'm gonna shoot out to everybody." I said, "Okay, cool, no problem." So I've had Dubs' number, and Dubs has had my number since then. Gunner went on to tell a story that, hey, I was down and sad and feeling down about something, and I reached out to Dubs. 100% wrong, right? So it just once again leads me to believe that his memory is suspect. So Gunner, once again, he goes on to say, "Hey, yeah, man, I think
With all due respect, Chill, I don't think his memory is suspect at all. Gunner is a very calculated individual, and he definitely knows what he's saying, why he's saying it, and since he does record a bunch of shit, he always uses that shit to his advantage, even when he doesn't have the recording, just like he tried to do to me. I texted your wife last night. I'm gonna your wife and all kinds of disrespectful stuff. And so to me, I was just like, you could go ahead, put it out there. You say you got recordings, go ahead. I know he records shit, but I know he doesn't have that recording because that's a lie. It never happened. He's lied about so many things on people. That's all you have to do is call him out on it. But you're never gonna have him on. He's never gonna let you on live. It's rare, very rare.
I think that you and Dubs should talk and air out you guys' problem. And I told him again, I said, I already have Dubs' number. I have no problem with Dubs. I just disagreed with what he said, right? He said, well, I'll give him a call. I said, well, no, I'm doing something right now, but if you want, you can hit me tomorrow. So he said, okay, whatever, right? So
understandable.
He called me the next day. So then finally, once Dubs and I do get on the phone together, I just explained to Dubs that, hey, I have no problem with you. I disagree with your video. I disagree with your video in a respectful way. And I don't see why you have a problem with that. So in my opinion, what's the point of having a behind the scenes conversation if after the conversation, you're just going to run to YouTube and talk about what happened and then also talk about it inaccurately, right? My demeanor during that conversation on the phone with them is the same way that it is now. I am who I am, and I don't believe in disrespecting people
100%
behind cell doors, over the phone, over YouTube, or anything of that.
A lot of you guys mess with me because you guys, especially those who've been walking with me from day one, I've been the same person from my first channel, the first day, to this backup channel. Or this is called a different channel, anywho. And I could say that Chill, from day one, he's been the same person. He has not deviated from his personality, his character, once. And that's something I respect a lot.
Right? Like I stated earlier, I believe the right avenue for Dubs to take was to go check the video out before jumping to conclusions. What also was a bit baffling to me is it's no big secret about allegations and certain rumors being made on YouTube about Dubs. It's been going on for a while, right? But in some of Gunner's most recent videos, Gunner, of course, he's going to defend Dubs, but he addresses some of those allegations. So, honestly, it's crazy to me that there is no problem when Gunner, makes a video and he gets into those allegations or whatever. But even without hearing what I said or even looking at my video,
exactly,
they jump on my heel meat though, but it's all good. I can guarantee you guys, man, I definitely planned on making a much different video than what I'm making today. I mean, I'm gonna keep it 100. I was looking forward to it. You already know me, man. I was doing my little research and this and that, man. But at the end of the day, this is what it is, man. Dubs called me this morning, and he said, hey, Chill, man, my apologies. I had a little bit too much to drink, and I apologize for, what I said on my live, man. So, just me, where I'm at in my life today, I respect that. For any type of man, whether you're an ex-convict or you've never been to prison, reaching out to an individual to say, hey, man, my bad, I crossed the line. In my book, that's a respectable thing.
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure there's definitely some people out there that would have been a little bit more entertained and would have preferred for me to make a different type of video. And when I say this, I guarantee you guys that this is not a shot at Dubs. I'm not intending for this next thing I'm getting ready to say to be toward Dubs, right? It's several YouTubers who I'll see who make videos, and on one video they may say, man, it's more important things to life, in terms of kids, freedom, so on and so forth, right? Then a few videos later, you'll see that it seems they have apparently lost sight of those better things in life, and they make videos that could potentially go down roads that could, you know, take them away from the things that's important. So at the end of the day, man, you know, my whole thing is to try to stay focused on the things that's important, you know. So anyway, you already know what it is. It's your boy 16 to Life. Resume normal program.
Are you really gonna?
So